If you want to know what gear you need for real estate photography and you want to skip past all the heartache of purchasing things, only to find out 3 months later that you probably shouldn't have bought this, or this, or this thing right here, or this, or even this one. Well, then you're going to want to stick around because this is the top 10 list of must-haves when it comes to real estate photography. So let's get into it. So some of the items on this list, I'm going to give you two different options of. The first is what I would buy right now if I was just starting out. And the second is what I'd get for myself and my team now as an established business. And the majority of the things on this list aren't even going to be that different. It's just mainly the camera. By the way, what's the biggest mistake purchase that you've made? Come on, you can tell me. Now, this list does keep in mind doing video, because if you want to do real estate work and you ignore video, you're basically ignoring what could be 50% or more of your income. So just keep that in mind. And with that, here's number one, camera and lens. Here is the budget-friendly option that I would choose, and that is the Canon EOS R50 with the 10 to 18 millimeter lens. This is a perfect camera for just starting out, and this is something that you can use for years to come, and you can earn a ton of money, and clients will be very happy with the quality. For the higher budget option, and what I get my team now, would be the Sony ZV-E1 with the Sigma 16 to 28. That Sony is a monster setup, and there's two main reasons I love this camera, and that is, for one, it's a full frame, and the image quality is amazing, referring to the video side of things, that is, and two, it has dual native ISO. So what's dual native ISO and why should you care? ISO is a function in your camera that when you raise it up, it brightens up the exposure, but it also has the added problem that the higher you raise it, the more noisy your video looks. The native ISO is the number that you set your camera to that gives you the cleanest image, so little to no noise. So why does that matter? Well, for this Sony camera and a few other more expensive Sony cameras, there are two native ISOs, 640 and 12,800. So that means when you crank up your ISO to 8,000 and 10,000, it's getting noisier and noisier. And then when you hit 12,800 ISO, boom, you get perfectly clean images again. And for me, this is a game changer. You can be in an extremely dark room and still get a clean video. And by the way, that camera shoots at 4K, 120 frames per second, which is another reason I absolutely love it. Number two is tripod. I use a Benro TAD27A. This is the tripod I have for my photographers, and it's super solid. We've been using them for years. Tripods are sort of one where it's okay to be a little bit budget conscious. There's not going to be any return from a $100 tripod versus like a $1,000 tripod for real estate work. Number three is a geared head. There are two main types of tripod heads, and that is a ball head and a gear head. The difference is that a geared head uses gears and knobs that let you make very fine incremental adjustments so that you can get your shot lined up perfectly with perfect verticals. Honestly, there's no way that I could possibly see myself shooting without one. It's a huge time saver. Even if I was just starting out, I would still make this investment. We use Benro again for this, the GD3WH, and it's worth every penny. Number four on the list is a drone, and for this, I would choose the DJI Mini 4 Pro. This one is another must. I actually have a Mavic 3 Pro, which is way more expensive, but I would not recommend buying that one again, especially if I was just starting out. I actually prefer the Mini 4 Pro for its best feature, and that is vertical shooting. Social media reels are everything these days, and the ability to shoot in vertical mode is a killer. And the Mini 4 Pro has extra sensors on it, so it will help you avoid crashing, because crashing is bad. So do you need a drone when you're starting real estate photography? Technically, no, but the problem is that when you have a potential client call you to book and they want drone shots too, if you don't have a drone, the likelihood of them moving on to someone else goes way up. And it's way hard to keep clients when you don't have everything that they're looking for. You want to be a one-stop shop. Number five is a 360 camera, and these are great for virtual tours like Matterport and Zillow virtual tours, and a good budget camera is the Insta360 X3. That's great for just starting out. For 360 cameras, my team uses the Theta Z1 because the image quality is much better. And to go along with that, number six is a monopod. And we're currently using something called the Best 360 monopod that I got off Amazon, and I love it, but it's no longer available. We used to use one from a company called Bushman, and it was like $250. And honestly, I feel like it's just way too expensive for a monopod. If I had to get one today, I would just go on Amazon and look for the least expensive one that gets good reviews. Number 7 is a gimbal. And so for this is going to be for shooting video again. And currently I'm using a Ronin RS3, which is actually discontinued, but I would highly recommend getting the RS4. This is one of those things that I don't want to recommend a low to high option. With cheaper gimbals, they just don't hold a lot of weight. So you're going to end up needing to move over to something like this at some point. So I wouldn't waste the money on getting something cheaper when you're just going to need something more expensive probably pretty quickly. Number 8, and now we're getting into the software side of things, and the first thing that you're going to need is Photoshop. Now, my company we do send our photos out for editing. I have an editing team that I use, and I also have an assistant who double checks all the work and puts her final touches on everything and makes sure everything's perfect, and then she sends it out to our clients when everything's done. But I still have Photoshop. Sometimes I have an emergency and I need to hop on and fix something. And if you need to do more global adjustments to any of your images, like all the images in a set, then you would want Lightroom for that. Adobe has Lightroom and a Photoshop bundle, which is $20 a month. And I personally cannot live without that. And it also comes with Adobe Bridge, and we use that to sort and name all of our photos. Number 9 is video editing, and for this, I use Final Cut Pro. I also have a video editor, but I'm constantly hopping into the software to do edits myself. Sometimes I'm editing projects or YouTube videos. And the one thing I will tell you about video editing, I see people post on Facebook forums that they don't really know how to edit, and they start filming projects and are quick to find somebody else to edit the videos overseas or whatever. And you do not want to do that. The only way to get better at filming videos and making better videos is to actually edit the video yourself. When you do that, you see all the little mistakes that you made when you're filming, and that gives you the ability to assess where your skills are at. And when you edit, you also learn what shots you take that are going to work back to back and work together, and what shots don't work together. And that helps make you a better shooter. Number 10, and this is last but certainly not least by any means, is our backend system for client management. So this is where we input all of our jobs. It has a calendar for me and my photographers. It's the platform we deliver all our media through. It's how we get paid. It's how we provide clients with an option for a property website marketing kit for their listing. And that platform is HD Photo Hub. I love this platform for many reasons, but the top reasons are that they are affordable. You only pay as you go. They're extremely reliable. Their customer service is fantastic. This is the one thing that if you're just starting out, you don't have to have it. And there is a small cost to it, but again, it's pay as you go. But I will tell you that I get clients coming back to me time and time again because I have this system in place, and clients come to depend on this service, and it creates loyalty. Honestly, I could make a whole video about this service. If that's something you'd be interested in, drop a comment below and I'll definitely do that because I love it so much, and I could talk all day long about HD Photo Hub. Guys, if you want to see more content like this, then don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And if you want to see a complete walkthrough of how to take real estate photos from front to back, actually going into a property and shooting it, then you're going to want to watch this video right here.